All right, everybody. Good morning and welcome to episode 94 of the On-Air Advocate, where at the On-Air Advocate, we look to provide education, support, and empowerment for all of those with different abilities, mental and medical illnesses, and their caregivers. For those of you who may not know me, my name is Tammy Flynn, and I am the host and producer of the On-Air Advocate, and I am super excited that you are here joining us this morning, or whether you are catching this on the replay. Now, as always, if you think any of the content that we are talking about could be beneficial to your network, your family, friends, please hit the share button and share the love with others. Now, this week we have taken a focus, actually this whole entire month, on Pancreatic Cancer Awareness Month. And so with that, I have my good friend Steve back from the Pancreatic Cancer Action Network to share more with us about where research kind of is, new things that are up and coming, and then all these awesome events that are taking place for this month. So welcome back, Steve.
Good morning, Tammy. Great to be here.
Yes, and I am sporting my purple for you this morning. I usually don't wear purple. It's not in my color wheel of colors that I can wear well. But I thought I'd bring out my pancreatic cancer shirt.
Great. I have one also.
You have it on as well. So, Steve, we talked earlier this summer, and we had the Pancreatic Cancer Walk here in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and I'm sure across the United States there was different walks. Since then, what are some new things, any new research, statistics, things we should know about?
Well, the statistics are released once a year by the American Cancer Society, so that really hasn't changed. Research is ramping up, and the Pancreatic Cancer Action Network is now funding grants on early detection, as they see that this is really an important step forward. There has been work going on as part of other grants, but they're specifically looking for certain types of research that will lead to hopefully an early detection test.
Right.
And there's been a lot of information in the news lately about some breakthroughs that different facilities have been making, but they're all in the very early stages. So hopefully we'll see some advancements in those as the time goes on, and I'll be keeping track of them, and so will the Pancreatic Cancer Action Network, and post appropriate links to their website and Facebook pages.
Right, to update everybody. And, we're talking about pancreatic cancer being the third, right, the leading life taker in the cancer arena, or is that across the board for adults?
No, that's in the cancer arena, the third cause of death. We surpassed breast cancer early in the year as the third cause of death, and unfortunately set to become the second leading cause of cancer death by the year 2020.
Really? So we really need to ramp up that research and get some answers. Definitely. And so across the United States with the Pancreatic Cancer Action Network, there are all these different events, right, that are taking place across the United States, but also here locally, right in Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Yes, we have 55 affiliates throughout the United States.
Oh, nice.
And in Wisconsin, there's also one in Madison, so they kind of handle the western part of the state.
Okay.
And we look to work with people in the eastern part of the state, and everyone has a November awareness chairperson that is scheduling events, lighting buildings to promote awareness of pancreatic cancer. And we have a pretty long list of things and buildings going on here in the Milwaukee area. And I just heard this morning that Harley-Davidson signed their facility up in Menominee Falls is lighting their sign purple for the month of November. So that's a great.
Yes, I saw that. And that's really a cool thing. I know that for the Autism Society and whatnot, they do that a lot of lighting it up blue. And it's such a great movement, to kind of spread the awareness everywhere.
Yes, and I happened to be going downtown yesterday and passing Miller Park on Interstate 94. I saw our message and graphics on the big board that's along the interstate. And there's two messages about Pancreatic Cancer Awareness Month and one about World Pancreatic Cancer Day being November 15th. And after that day, we'll just have the November awareness message up there for the rest of the month.
Right. And so in commemorating that World Pancreatic Cancer Awareness Day, is there something special state by state that people do on November 15th? Or do a lot of people make an active movement on the weekend for, events that way? Or does things special happen on the 15th itself?
Well, on the 15th, really people throughout the world are suggesting that others wear purple to show their support for pancreatic cancer awareness and also for raising funds for pancreatic cancer. As part of the World Pancreatic Cancer Coalition, which really plans out the event, and the event takes place on the third Thursday of the month of November. There are 71 organizations, 34 countries, and 6 continents participating. And 7th continent is Antarctica, and maybe someday we'll have a research scientist down there promoting pancreatic cancer awareness.
That is so awesome. And so what, for local viewers that are listening in, what's going on here locally in the state of Wisconsin coming up for this month?
Okay, well, in the Milwaukee area, we're having a big fundraiser this coming Thursday at the corners of Brookfield between 5 and 8 p.m. at the Kendra Scott store. Our survivor, Roger Kaplinger, his wife created a piece of jewelry that will be on sale. It's called the Key of Hope. It's a necklace that has a key charm and also a purple charm on it. And her hope in creating this is that we'll be able to raise awareness and someday come to a cure for pancreatic cancer. So that's Kendra Scott on Thursday between 5 and 8 p.m. And for anyone who can't make it there, they can call the Kendra Scott store. And I see I don't have their phone number here, unfortunately.
I'll tag the store in it, so if people want to get to the store, they can.
They can't place an order on the website. They have to call the store. And my wife and I were down there yesterday, and they've already received 12 phone orders.
Nice.
And we know that we're going to have a big crowd. And in conjunction with that fundraiser, before, after, or during, if they want to duck out and get some nice cold treats, even though it's cold outside, the Orange Leaf store is very warm inside there, and they will be donating $1 for every purchase that takes place for the entire month of November. And that's not only the Orange Leaf store in the corners of Brookfield, but if you live in Waukesha, the Fox River store, or Fox Run store right off of Sunset, and the store in Oak Creek and Drexel Town Center, all of them are running the promotion, $1 if you mention pancreatic cancer or PanCAN.
Okay, so give a mention.
Yes.
For that. Okay, and I know that there is a big event coming up at the Domes, right?
Yes, the Domes has been our home for quite a few years for PurpleLight Milwaukee, which honors our survivors and remembers those that have passed from pancreatic cancer. We picked the date. We like to be very close to Pancreatic Cancer, World Pancreatic Cancer Day, and we also look to make sure there's no Packer game that night.
Right.
The last that we saw, we had 200 people who have registered already, and we're still a little bit over a week out for that, so we look to have a huge event this year.
Now, with that, people register. Is the registration for that free?
Yeah,
or do you pay? Is it like a donation?
No, the registration is free. We like to have the number of people and also who they're remembering or honoring, and that's part of the registration process. We give everyone a light stick when they enter, and when their loved one When the name is read, they are asked for the break the light stick in remembrance or in honor of the person. So that's why we like to have people register in advance. If you can't register, that's fine too. We'll have extras there. But we want to make sure that we get the names correctly and can pronounce the names correctly.
Right. That is great. And then once people are there, are they able to contribute in different ways, donate if they want? Is there options to do that day there?
Yes, we definitely have, we'll have, I believe, two donation jars, one being on our Wage Hope table and one being right close to the free refreshments that we're offering to people. That's one way to donate. And another way is to register for our Purple Stride for next year. Our website is up and running.
Nice.
Register and donate. We don't have a firm date yet from Miller Park, but we've asked for June 2nd, which is a Sunday morning. And hopefully we'll get that. We have to more or less wait and wind. Miller Park plans out the earlier events first, and then when they get to June, hopefully, this is the same weekend we've been doing it on. Brewers are out of town that day. So right. We have continuity there with the dates for Purple Stride.
Yeah, and that is a great event that I do every year in memory of a near and dear friend that I lost to pancreatic cancer as well. So to make sure to come on out for that, it's a good time, an awesome walk. It really is to get together.
And if people run a fundraiser, that's another way to raise money and hope here in Milwaukee. We have a fundraiser on 31 gifts. And Nikki Schwinn did this last year as well as this year. There's a special website, and I should have written down the exact URL on that. You can
drop that below in the links and below this live as well.
But she's doing quite well on that and donates a portion of the proceeds. I didn't mention Kendra Scott is donating 20%.
Ooh, that's good.
Not only the piece that I described, but it's anything in their store or anything they can obtain from their website. So, you can do a little Christmas shopping early with that one.
Right, and be able to give back at the same time and be involved. Is there any other big ones that you want to mention that are going on in our area here?
There's at this point in time, there's no other big events that are going on except the lighting of buildings in purple.
The lighting.
That's a really important part of raising awareness. The Pfister Hotel joins us again. I mentioned Harley Davidson, US Bank building, the Gaslight building, the corners of Brookfield. The domes will be lit up in purple when we're there. There's going to be a sign and purple lights at the bridge in Lakeshore Park during next week. Some are lighting up for the entire month of November, some for our focus week, which includes World Pancreatic Cancer Day. And it's a really awesome trip driving around Milwaukee and looking at all these purple lights.
Yes, I think so as well. Now, if people are listening and they're not obviously here from Wisconsin, they can just go to that main Pancreatic Cancer Action Network website, and they should be able to find, put their state in, right, and find out the events that are going on in their area.
Well, each site has, there's really two things that they can do. They can go to pancan.org/demand better, which lists if they want to jump on board and be part of the initiative in their local town, different ways to raise awareness. And I completely forgot about the Medical College of Wisconsin, and I shouldn't, because they're really, of course, the premier location to go to for any illness, but especially pancreatic cancer.
Right. And are they lighting up purple, or they're just a big supporter?
They're a big supporter, and they're having a number of internal events that I understand are open to people also if they're going in there for treatment too.
Okay.
So if they go to the cancer center, definitely look for Purple and information about what they're doing. But
Okay.
now get back to the other affiliates. If you put in pancan.org
Hmm.
and then the name of a city, it'll bring up the local website for that particular city, and it'd be one word. So New York City would be one word, New York City after
Okay.
that.
Got it.
Milwaukee, of course, Madison, they're very straightforward, and they should have list some of the events that are going on locally, or you can go into the local Facebook page
Okay.
affiliate, and that probably would have a more complete list of what's going on. I know that our friends in the Denver affiliate have come up with a fantastic idea. They're working with the Colorado University Anschutz Medical School
Okay.
and tying purple ribbons and remembering people on the trees around the campus.
Oh, that is neat. And that's in Denver?
This is the first year that they're doing that. I'm familiar with the campus because my youngest son just graduated last May from that campus as an epidemiologist.
Oh my God.
So he's been tasked with taking pictures of the trees with my wife's mother and sister's name on them.
That is wonderful. And that you said is in Denver, Colorado, correct?
Yes, Aurora, Colorado.
Aurora, Colorado. All right. Well, Steve, is there any other information that you would like the audience or the folks to know about before we wrap up?
Well, just I didn't mention the time of Purple Light. Registration begins at 6 o'clock, and that's when you get the glow sticks and you check in. The ceremony starts at 7. Sally Severson will be our MC. Roger Kaplinger of the Brewers will be our keynote speaker, and his fantastic information is, as of his last test earlier this week, he's cancer-free.
That is awesome. Oh my goodness.
And there's an article about him in today's journal Sentinel that is a follow-up to Tom Hardicourt's article in June, and it's the remaining part of his journey to becoming cancer-free. And if you look online, that's even better source because you can see Roger crossing the finish line.
Oh my gosh, that is great. That's great. Well, I'm going to try to pull some of those articles so we can drop them below this live. And if you find any of those links, we can just drop them right below here so people have it all in one area. When we get off of this live, I am going to post all of the links to some of the partners and the events that are going on. So it will be easy and accessible for anybody to find. So Steve, I thank you so much again for coming back and sharing with us what's going on with pancreatic cancer research and what's going on with the Pancreatic Cancer Action Network. I am excited to be involved once again, and everybody needs to light it up purple. So, and purple is supposed to be a universal color, so everybody should be able to wear it, even though better on some. So grab a purple shirt, get something for the month, and show your support, right?
Right, and we're purple on November 15th. If you tweet your local on-air personality on TV and suggest that they wear purple, and this really goes for anyone throughout the United States, email them, whatever you can do to help turn the media purple too on November 15th.
Right. So World Pancreatic Cancer Awareness Day, right? Or is it World Pancreatic Cancer Day? What is it? What is the official name?
So, hashtag WPCD.
Hashtag WPCD. All right. So we'll drop that below as well. I want everybody to light it up purple for November 15th for this month. And like he was saying, make sure you tweet it out, show us your pictures, and even on the On Air Advocate, feel free to send it our way, tag us in it, and we will repost as well.
Well, thank you so much. Great seeing you again, Tammy.
Yes.
I look forward to seeing you on the 18th.
Yes, you will. All right. So on that note, I thank you all for tuning in with us this morning right over here at the On Air Advocate. If you want any more information about the On Air Advocate or our services, please head on over to www.onairadvocate.com. Also, if you want to become part of our private community, please head up to the top of this Facebook page, hit the blue button, and that will let you into our private community that we have. Lastly, we are celebrating National Caregiver Awareness and Celebration Month over here at the On Air Advocate. I said that really long. It must be Wednesday, middle of the week. So if you know a caregiver, if you are a caregiver, if you are a support for a caregiver, we want to hear your story. So make sure you check all of that out on our social media for the month of November as well. So on that note, thank you so much, Steve.
Thank you, Tammy.
All right. Bye-bye.